So, yeah, man, am I excited for this video. Let me tell you what's going on. So, this Civivi button lock, I mean, it's kind of a controversial knife. And I only say that because, man, there's a lot of haters and detractors from this knife. I am not one of them. I really, really, really like this knife. I mean, I like it a lot. I ain't lying. When I say really, 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 it's because I mean really, really, really. Um, here's where the controversial part comes from. I mean, it's micarta, 14C, stonewashed. I mean, there's not a lot to dislike about all that. I mean, the pocket clip kind of leaves something to be desired, but it's functional. It works really well. Here's where it comes in: is there's no deployment. You have to use the button to deploy it, and it's locked until you use that button. So until I press the button to deploy it, it's locked. Well, then it locks again once it's open. So the concept is you push the button and open it. Push the button and close it. Open, close. And in the end of each cycle, the knife is locked. You can't open this. Well, I don't know. Some people really don't like that part. They don't like the fact that they can't get the knife open without pressing the button. I don't know. Hey, I'm just going off of what I've read and seen people talk about. Me personally, I like this knife so much. I've carried it a bunch, and you could see from the pocket clip, like, it's woe out. The micarta is pretty cool on it. Well, I've been waiting for an upgraded version of this knife for so long, and just never come. Like, as soon as they dropped one, if they dropped one in M390 or 20CV and titanium and said $225, I wouldn't even blink. I'd be all over it because that's how much I like this knife. And the thought of it upgrading, I'd have to get it. Well, I finally decided, I looked, and guess what I found? And I got them at a great price on sale. But I found titanium scales for this knife from Flytanium. Flytanium. Pretty cool. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to swap those scales. And look at this. It comes with a little fly. I mean, how cool is that? I'm going to put that over here, and it's going to watch me all the time, that little fly. Nice little sticker. I mean, pretty cool, man. I don't do much with the stickers. I tend to put them back in the packaging. I am going to save the... Oh, wait. There's something else in there. What is that? Hold on. I got ahead of myself. Is that something else in there, or... No. It just looked like it. Well, and I do like their logo. Look at their logo here. So the Flytanium knife, I love that knife. It's one of my favorites. Yep, I like that knife a lot. But anyways, I'm going to leave that there, right there, while we take this apart and swap out those scales. So, is this the final move with this knife? I don't think so. I have another version of this that has carbon fiber scales and a Damascus blade. And I may upgrade that blade into this knife. And then put the carbon fiber scales on this knife. I may do that. The other thing is, this lock is such a unique and wonderful lock. I'm a big fan of this lock. The way that it's designed, the way that it works. I mean, it's a button lock, but it gets its detent from this spring. This spring presses down on the button, and so it's very adjustable. It doesn't, most button locks have the regular coil spring. This one uses the scale as the detent on it. And to me, it creates a great, very tunable detent on these knives. Yep, I like it a lot. Yeah, it looks pretty good in here. It's not all beat up. Okay, so mid-video, I'm thinking I'm talking about maybe using this other blade. Why don't I? Well, I'm gonna. So here's why though, because see the black in this? This is like a black Damascus, hand rubbed Damascus, which I think will match those scales a whole lot better than this gray. So I think I'm gonna put this gray blade in this knife. Or I'm gonna put the scales on here, and I'll put the carbon fiber scales on this knife. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of, like, I'm trying to think of the easiest way to do this, and this one's got a nicer pocket clip as well. The backspacer's black. I mean, it's just going to fit much better with all of that. But I want these carbon fiber scales versus a micarta, so I gotta swap it all. So yeah, this scale is going to go over there on that knife. Okay. I'm going to do this second. I'm going to put these scales on this knife first. The carbon fiber. I'm not a fan of all carbon fiber, but I am a fan of this carbon fiber. It's this what is it? Like rough cut, thick cut. I mean, I like it so much. So what we're going to retire here is the micarta. We're going to have to keep the micarta backspacer though, because I'm taking that black spacer, the black one, for that piece. I can't tell you how many times I thought about dyeing these scales purple. I thought about it a lot, but I didn't do it. All right, here we go. Start reassembling immediately. And those scales would take that black dye wonderfully. They definitely would. Oh, I need this. I mean, I'm excited because this is one of those that I search for it to see if, they dropped a upgraded one, because I don't want to wait for everybody else to check it out. If they drop it, I want it. Which is not a good purchase philosophy, because, You know, with that whole mindset, you end up overpaying for stuff. Not good. Okay. Let's drop our button and a bearing and a pivot. Let's get the pivot down. Oop. There we go. And a blade. Ah, I left that bearing out. Goober. There we go. And Aichi. There, I got it. Let's get this screw in to hold everything down. There we go. And we should be functional. Yep. Cool. I mean, the blade actually maybe sort of goes with it because there's some lighter colors in this carbon fiber that kind of pop with it. So here's my other alternative. I buy another one that has a black blade. And I'm thinking about that. We'll see. It's going to come down to how good does this look. Does this need a black blade? If it does, I might get me another one. Interesting. I mean, I don't know that I hate that. There's really nothing this light. I mean, it's got some lighter tones in it, but nothing that really matches up with that gray stonewash. We'll see. I mean, I may be okay with this right here. All right. Well, there's that one. Let's do the fun one. Let's do the titanium one. Come in here. There you go. Something tells me I've got extra pins. I left a pin out of this. I sure did. Goes right there. It's this one. Yep. Let's put it in. You idiot. Come on, man. Why? Like, it's inevitable, right? There's always some level of and listen, I get it, man. This is where I get the criticism. Man, you should have parts trays and this thing, that thing, and the other. I get it. But I don't mind banging through it. That's my thing, you know. Make the mistake, it ain't quite right, you know. So, I mean, just within the last 48 hours, I spent 3 hours with my son trying to get an implement on my tractor. And we couldn't get it done. And come to find out, we couldn't put it on because there's another implement that's hogging the hydraulic pressure. And so in order to do this other implement, I have to remove that implement first and then put it on and then put the other implement back on. But spent 3 hours trying to hammer that out. And I mean, like I say, in the end, I don't mind. All right, we're going to get after this one. I mean, it's kind of it's kind of part of the thrill for me, doing it wrong, and finding out that things aren't fitting quite right, and then having to recover and solve the puzzle. It's like, well, why ain't that working? I guess I'm a glutton for it. I guess. Oh no. Oh no. Now I do know on this knife, I need to keep these screws fairly loose till I get the pivot in. Yeah, I think that back piece is too tight. This one. There's got to be some play or all that might not line up. Mm-hmm. There it goes. Who is that tight though? I'm not going to be able to turn it. I'm going to have to loosen all this up. There we go. Now, just for alignment purposes, I need to cinch these down now. Can't have them flopping in the breeze. There we go. Okay. Button. And let me get this pin in before I forget. It caused me struggles. And the bearings caged up. I'm going to put a little oil on this knife. I didn't seem a little dry. There we go. And as you can tell, looking at this pocket clip, I have not carried this knife hardly at all, if at all. I don't know that I have, like, legit put it in my pocket and carried it. Yeah, something tells me those are captured. They are. So, I'm going to have to loosen those, I think. I'm going to have to loosen all of this except that pivot. I can't loosen it, but I can loosen these screws here. Try to give myself a little bit of play. Try to get all that lined up. There we got it. Okay, nice. Nice. I already like this, man. That Damascus is looking pretty good with these black scales. My button's not functioning. We missed. Dang it. So the way that tension works, it's got to be up on top of that button, and we missed it. Yep, it slipped past it. So let's try it again. I've had it happen before, so it's not the end of the earth. We've got it now, but we've got to get everything lined up. I'm going to try just setting this front part, and then I'll try to get this back part. That may not work. I may have to regroup. We'll see. Definitely can't be too tight. I just want to be tight enough to hold it. Yeah, I can tell everything's functioning now. So it's just a matter of, can I get all this lined up? See how none of it's lined up here? You see? I try putting a screw in it. I'm definitely not going to force it down, but it might help me to line it up. Missing a screw. So 2 pocket clip screws. Where's this scale screw? Well, all right, let's find the screw. Let's play find the screw. Okay. Got screws in, got all this lined up, and we're down to the pocket clip. And because I'm on this titanium, I think I'm going to put a little tension on this clip. Just the tiniest little bit. I don't got to overdo it or nothing, but I think I want to put just a little bit on there. Only because that's a pretty slick surface. So the other thing for this is to maybe buy a milled titanium pocket clip, a black one. Civivi has a lot of aftermarket pocket clips, so I'm pretty sure I can find one. And but we're going to settle for this for today. Okay, I think we're good. Let me see if I've got any play in the blade. Maybe a tiny bit. There we go. Woo! Come on. All right. Titanium scales on an Elementum button lock. What's up? I mean, come on. Golly, I like that. So lightweight. The texture on these Flytanium scales, man, they're grippy, bead blasted, kind of stonewashed, I guess. And with this Damascus, looks wonderful. I like that. What a good looking knife. Look at this thing. I'm feeling it, man. All right. Titanium, Flytanium, titanium scales. I'm going to run that pocket clip real quick. Oh yeah, perfect. Yep. It definitely needed the tension though, because it's not overstated. Yeah, it's wonderful. All right. Well, listen, I appreciate y'all checking it out. My micarta to Flytanium titanium, and we put them on the Damascus black wash, hand rubbed Damascus. Very cool. Hey, I appreciate y'all watching. And we moved the carbon fiber ones to the 14C blade. Flytanium. Come on, man. Appreciate y'all watching.